We've done several face transplant stories on the show before, and the results of those face transplants haven't exactly been wonderful. However, I did find this one story about 27-year-old Chrissy Stelz, and when she was at a party 11 years ago, she was shot in the face accidentally, and she survived, and even though she survived, she had, as you can imagine, severe damage to her face. So 11 years later, doctors have found a way to give her a face transplant by giving her a prosthetic. And the results are amazing. We have photos for you guys. Let's go to some of them. So there's an x-ray showing the damage that was done to her face. She didn't have eyes after the accident. She didn't have a nose. Half of her face was just gone. And there she is after they put the prosthetic on her face.
Oh, that is amazing. That's awesome job.
I mean, I love this story because it's so incredible. And as you can tell, she didn't have eyes. So they, you know, put eyes in the prosthetic, sculpted a nose. And the way that they did this is it extends from her eyebrows to her upper lip and attaches magnetically to 8 titanium implants that surgeons embedded in her facial bones last winter. Now, this prosthesis is supposed to last about 3 years, and after 3 years, they're going to have to create a new one for her. But what's amazing about this is the fact that the doctors donated their time, their money, and all the materials to make this prosthesis for her. And it cost about $20,000. And what's interesting is the health insurance company didn't want to pay for it. She has health insurance. They didn't want to because they believed that it was a cosmetic thing. Right. Like, this is cosmetic.
Right.
I would imagine that having a nose is a functional thing.
Yeah, it's your face, it's your nose, it's your eyes, it's your, yeah.
Right.
It's your life, I don't.
And it's made out of silicone and wax, and as I mentioned, it'll last about 3 years, and then she's going to have to replace it.
That's what I wonder. What is going to happen to it in 3 years?
I think maybe the materials wear out. I'm not exactly sure, but also the doctors mentioned that the tissues in her face will change. So maybe it won't fit correctly, and they'll just have to replace it with a new one. I'm hoping that in 3 years, when it's time to replace it, the doctors will be charitable enough to actually do it for free again. Who knows?
If she brings them some chickens, they probably will.
Oh, right. Exactly, because chickens will pay for any medical procedure. So, yeah, and we have a photo, I think we might have a photo of the face transplant that was given to the woman who was attacked by a chimp. Do we have that, Jesus? Yeah, so here's an example of a face transplant that happened previously that, I mean, it's still successful, but you can't even compare it to the 27-year-olds that we just showed you.
Yeah, you clearly see the improvement on the current one. And that's another face transplant of a guy in Boston who I think fell onto a third rail of a subway car.
Right. But what I love about these stories is, again, medical advancements. They're getting better and better at it.